yeah, I think that. There we go. We're live now.
So exciting. Are we actually live?
We are actually live, yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Great Modron March, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast brought to you by Modron Grease. When your Modrons are squeaky, get the greasy. Let's go around and meet some of our players. We're going to start off with Lex. Who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Lex, and I'm playing Shifter, the Illusionist Wizard. Do I ever use illusion spells? Very rarely. Here I am. I'm ready to play.
You are an illusion, though. We're going to find out one day that the whole thing. And then up next is Rachel. Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Rachel. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rachel's a mess with the Z in the middle, seven S, or on Twitch, where I haven't been streaming recently, but it's Rachel Elizabeth with some extra H's in the middle and on the end. And tonight I'm playing Nyx Azra, the Fire Genasi Barbarian. Who am I? What am I doing? I don't know. It's been a long week.
Yeah, we're all diving in. It's good times. And then last but not least, we have Mr. Ted. Ted, who are you playing?
Well, I'm Ted, and I'll be playing Lagwin, the Blade Singer Elf Wizard.
The Blade Singer Elf Wizard that we all know are Jedis. Everybody knows that.
Indeed.
And my name is Jordan with the silent PH in the middle. I am your dungeon master. We do not have a siren this week, as she is doing something with her family, I think.
Well, wait, hold on. But is Siren here though?
Siren might be, maybe.
Siren's about and being sneaky. Siren's on vacation.
Did we update her overlay? Is it still Mastermind?
Oh, it's you updated it, but I forgot to grab it.
It's okay. She's not here. She's not here. It's fine. It's fine.
Do that secret.
Lorenzo is psyched in chat. I'm psyched to be here. Let's dive into it. So last week on a very special Great Modron Munch, our party went to Heart's Faith, which is on the Outer Plains, to thwart Modron damage as they stormed through the city. Now, apparently there was an old treaty that laid the appropriate path for the Modrons to pass through the city, but the city built upon those pathways because the Modron March is it takes a long time. And now, along the way, our party members fought a knight that was on some sort of winged lion, and when they defeated that creature, it turned to ash, both the knight and the lion. After arriving in Heart's Faith, our heroes prepared the locals for the devastation of the Modron, and devastation was inevitable, and the Modrons pushed through and left. They kind of built like a crude boat out of other boats and their bodies, and then like pushed off into the astral sea to find their way to Mount Olympus. Now, our heroes obtained a couple of things. We kind of had a skill challenge at the end of the night to see how well they saved the citizens. And they did a pretty good job. I think overall, no, they did a really good job. You guys didn't have as many failures as I was anticipating.
Minus Shifter dropping lots of children.
Shifter did drop quite a few children.
I also am responsible for the death of fishermen. Point that out.
They bounce back, they're like children. They're really good. Siren found a dagger that is like a venomous dagger she can put poison in. Really cool. Lagwin got a book and some money, I think.
And a scroll from the guy.
And did you get a scroll as well? Or did I just give a scroll to... What did I give to Shifter?
I got plot information and a lot of money.
Yeah,
okay.
I got a scroll from the guy I saved, and then the book that I stole. Yeah.
And the book you stole. So I was looking around, and I think I want to do a cool book. So the book you found was a manual of bodily health.
Ooh, okay. Very cool.
Let me copy that to clipboard and send it via Discord.
Which is a thing I'll remember to look at during this particular stream.
Well, we can talk about it now. So, Manual of Bodily Health, if you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer, studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, your Constitution score increases by 2, and your Constitution maximum score increases by 2.
Well,
But then the book sadly loses its magic for, I think, like 180 years or something.
good thing I'm an elf.
Oh, a century. Regains it in a century.
We'll hang on to that for the next go round in a century from now. That is awesome. Oh boy, I definitely am not helping tear this down. Then
Okay, yeah. So as we begin here, I kind of told them earlier that you guys are going to have a few days kind of staying in Heart's Faith and helping out. Nyx mysteriously phases back into existence and Siren phases out of existence as she is now here to help. So there's a lot of cleanup, a lot of like way more orphans than, well, not as many because of what Lex did, but there's a few orphans.
Way less orphans.
Way less orphans than you'd think. I'll just say that. So you guys need to kind of help clean up and things like that. I probably Lagwin is like, nope, I'm gonna just go in a corner and read this book, I assume.
Well, I will read the book, which I just read has health and diet tips specifically in it. So I will definitely be reading the book, but if part of the bodily health part is like exercise, I will look to help out the town in a way that also practices the the teachings of said book.
Gotcha. Okay.
But mostly just the reading part.
I want my my hit points.
Listen, as an elf without the need to actually have to sleep and only trancing, I'm like, I can get a lot more time in when other people are sleeping, so.
As you guys are fixing up the town and helping it, a couple days go by, so you can have a long rest if you wish. The acting mayor Cauldronborn is very thankful for everybody, so he gives you like a place to stay, and he's pays for all your foods and stuff, and you guys are good to go there. But on the third day, there is a group of 4 people on horseback. One of them looks like straight up like a paladin, just like super shiny god kind of aura about him. And he's got like 3 cronies kind of behind him, and they're all on black horses, and they ride into town. And they instantly are walking around trying to like recruit people to help them. And they're looking for anyone who will ride with them, who will go out and search for Modrons and other things. And so they're very interested in Modrons, and they're looking for a posse, so to speak. Meanwhile, you guys are sipping on pina coladas in the pineapple joint that was spared.
Yes.
Eating lots of pineapple. That was fun.
During our downtime, I am copying life transference to my spellbook, so I'm going to use the money for that. I am going to be shopping for a large ruby, and I am going to hit on Cauldronborn mercilessly, just day and night, every spare moment I have.
Okay, hitting on him as in flirting with him?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be buying him a lot of drinks. I'm gonna always be like complimenting how hot he is. The whole because Siren's not around, so this is my chance.
Awesome.
But so I probably won't be paying a lot of attention to the Modron guys. Just
okay. Yeah. Anything specific Nyx wants to do in this like 2 to 3 days?
First, a question.
Yes.
The money that we got, was there money that everybody got? I missed that. Was I supposed to add money to my...
We did divide it by 4, didn't
okay.
We did.
I didn't remember. I missed that portion when I was rewatching the episode quickly.
I
anybody...
don't I don't think
I can
Well, you
just
gotta
rewatch it and
listen
add
to
it
it.
later. I don't need to shop now. We're good. But I just so I will forget if I don't make a note.
There's nothing really to buy, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess, I mean, there's general things you could buy, but I shouldn't
Yeah.
say that. Yeah.
No.
I
The
don't know.
town just
But
got destroyed. I'm probably not.
think
Yeah.
it
I mean,
was
we're trying
like,
to help the commerce of their economy.
yeah, it's all about that global trade.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm bad at remembering things and writing things down. I'll tell you that because I'm kind of like, well, that's the players. Like,
Yep. No
Yeah,
worries.
I just have what my gold is, but I don't remember what it was before, and I just input it in D&D Beyond. You know what? D&D Beyond, like a tracking thing of what gold you put, like your transactions. That would be
oh, I have
interesting.
yeah.
9,000 gold.
And then like account information.
Yeah.
So 5,000. So you each got 1,250 gold. I think.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it was 5,000 gold. I did actually write it down. So
Wow.
Go me.
Coach.
Nice.
Good job. Okay. Well, that answers my question. She's got a soft spot for orphans. So the ones that, didn't disappear, she's probably helping them get some semblance of normalcy back and like playing with the kids and stuff,
Okay.
keeping them
Yeah, so
entertained after
you're-
trauma.
Yeah, as you're helping some of these orphans, that big paladin looking guy,
Maybe it's a cultural thing. And you weren't here to watch them go through this town. I don't know why you think that they need protection.
One of them recently vaporized me,
That did happen, yes.
and one of my best friends. So I don't have a lot of love for them. We could put it that way.
well, this is a pickle. Because
And we just got
it
done
allows
with the
me
quest.
I'm thinking larger picture now. You might be part of the Knights of Tacharum, are you? Are you part of the Knights of Tacharum? Are you out to find and capture Modrons since you're following them so closely?
No, we are not knights of any order.
He looks specifically at you, Lagwin.
No knights of any discernible order.
Certainly not one that would lie.
Oh no, I no.
We happen to be on a very important mission from
Yes,
a
that's true.
esteemed fraternity of Sigil,
Mhm.
but we are not, strictly speaking, in the associated or part of any organization.
I'm self-employed.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
freelance.
freelance. It's a lot of freelance
Yes.
work.
Right.
Yeah.
The Modrons are on their way to some other. They went through They made a boat. They left through the
Yes.
sea. So
Yes,
I
I've been
think
tracking.
they're in another plane completely.
From what I can tell right now, they're in Mount Olympus and they will be leaving it shortly.
And your goal is to protect them from anyone who would do them harm?
Not just anyone, but the Tacharum specifically.
Hmm.
See, my sister infiltrated the Tacharum, and she sent me a very cryptic message at the end that said they've mastered a new dark magic, and
Oh.
it's using Modrons to. And then I lost my connection. It went staticky.
It sounds like you need a new internet plan.
Not? Is that a type of
That the how you call it's what makes the sending spell work.
Oh, yes. The mycelium network.
Should we ask our cuboid friend about these knights? Perhaps it knows.
Oh, the Mimir.
Yes.
You want to pull that out in the middle of a bar?
That's why I didn't come out and say let's ask the Mimir, but here we are.
That's gonna really freak people out.
It's just an ominous black cube that makes all sorts of strange sounds.
I'm trying to see if there is a Mimir about this.
And your
You know,
name?
the way I'm dropping lore, you think that I would have set it up like that, but
I
no.
would have
Not
thought
at
Oh, okay.
all.
such a thing from such a lore expert. Did we get this guy's? Did he gave his name? Yeah, he did.
Yes, his name is Sir Vamish Krasad, and I'm probably butchering it, but I will write it in chat.
Okay.
Varnished croissant. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Croissant. Do you represent a specific order yourself, or you just also freelance?
Sorry, say that again. You were cutting out.
Oh, do you represent a specific order yourself? You and your group?
No. I'm here merely trying to track down my sister.
Okay.
She herself was trying to bring down the evil organization of the Tacharum. But I lost contact with her.
Right. Yes.
So you said.
So you said. I see.
What's this guy's vibe? I wanna. Does he seem like he's?
Check his vibe.
Yeah, I want to check his vibe.
How do you do that?
Well,
Don't
my
you like looking
vibes.
at body language? Like, does he seem like he's really like he believes this whole thing? Like, these guys are bad. I have to save the Modrons. Like, is he like enthusiastic?
Yeah,
Or
he's well, you can make an insight check, sure.
The way he keeps repeating his story
Ooh.
about his sister worries me.
I've had too many pineapples. That's a 6.
He's on the level. It feels kind of like he's coming across as like a Dudley Do-Right, and you're not entirely sure if it's an act or if this is something. Like, there are those weird people that have that personality. But yeah.
All right. Well, just also, we at this point, our mission was to come here and do what we could to preserve the town.
Mhm.
We did that. And as it stands currently, as far as I recall, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, we have no other subsequent like task at hand to go do. Not saying that I want to go help this guy, but we don't have anything else currently going on.
Well, we probably should get in touch with Esteban and figure out if we have sort of like new orders. I also wanted to talk to him about getting me an item. So do you have sending?
I do, and if that was something we talked about over the couple of days while we've been here, I could have swapped that in as a prepared spell for the day, so we could do that. So
yeah, let's say we
let's say
did
we
that.
did that. Okay.
I do want to get in touch with him.
So well, yeah. Let me just swap something real quick. But yeah, we'll say that happened. And then what kind of message did you want to send him? You would like to write up the 25
gosh, do
words.
I want to write down the exact number of words? I just want to tell him we saved Hearthsgate or Heartsgate. Was that the name of the town?
Heart's Faith.
Heart's Faith.
Heart's Faith. And
We're never gonna get that right.
Modrons headed into the sea. They are heading towards Celestia. Also, can you get me a ruby worth 1,500 GP?
I think that comes in at less than 25 words. So, yes.
Oh yeah, and like further instructions? Question mark.
Okay.
And there.
So I will. I guess. We'll say I did that. I'm assuming, or I not now to do this to be rude in front of this guy, but like at some point, either earlier today or something, I would have sent that message to him to try to figure out before, so we know where we stand before we possibly join up with some rando Dudley Do-Right guy.
Yeah. So I'm just looking up sending really quick. Does that go like?
Actually, yeah,
planes?
it does, but there is a
does.
stipulation. I think it says you can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane than you, there is a 5% chance the message does not arrive. So,
okay.
You tell me which 5% you want, and I will roll percentile.
Well, no, I will roll.
Okay, you do that. Sure.
Because then you don't know if it was successful.
Fair.
So.
Then I will send it, and I will await his response. Or lack thereof.
Get out some dice. Just hold your horses.
We're chilling. We're just drinking pineapples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little coconut rum.
Read the book. Drinking some pineapples.
He does respond, and he says something. Well, I don't want to count words either, but something to the effect of like, busy now. Find out where the Modrons are going next. Avoid, like, basically, like, avoid more destruction. So if they're gonna like go and destroy something else, you should probably go and figure out that kind of a thing. So
Okay.
So we should head to Mount Celestia because that's where they were going, right?
Well, also, our new friend here, Vamish, is saying that he thinks they're going to be leaving there soon.
Oh, okay.
So we have the opportunity, in theory. I don't know if this guy's offering payment or not to help him on his mission to protect the Modrons, but
he hasn't said anything yet about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So we can offer our services and really kill two birds with one stone. Do something we were going to be doing anyway, but
And get paid for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
With this watch, we do best.
100%. Also, Lagwin is able to control his emotions again, so we should that time has passed, so we can be more level set. Anyway,
Lagwin, did he say anything about the ruby?
No, he said he was busy. But his general instruction was try to prevent the Modrons from, similar to what we did here, try to prevent as much wanton destruction caused by Modrons as possible. So, again, perhaps there's a opportunity to do what we were tasked to do, but do freelance work at the same time. Assuming there's payment involved. Oh, our new acquaintance.
Well, look, I love to travel, so, whatever.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know if we want to go to Mount Celestia or wait till they leave, but...
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Why
standing over here in the corner? Will you join me?
Thank you for giving us the moment to discuss this amongst ourselves. I have a question. What do these bad knights, the Tacharum,
Yes.
why do they want to hurt the Modrons?
I don't know.
So you have one piece of information.
My sister said,
okay,
in an urgent message, the Knights of Tacharum have mastered a new dark lore. You mustn't let them get to the Modrons. They're using them to...
I mean...
I think my sister's in danger. It's not like her to just hang up on a sending stone like that. And actually, now that I think about it, don't you think it's weird we say we hang up a sending stone? Like, where did that come from? I don't hang mine up when I'm done with it.
Oh, I can actually answer this. Once upon a time, they put them on like the wall, like a little shelf. And now that they're smaller and more compact, we don't like hang them up anymore. But once upon a time, you had to like put them up on the wall because nobody wanted to carry like a heavy sending stone around.
I still think
and they were on
just be like, let me
too,
shelf
weren't they?
my
Wasn't that a
stone.
thing?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to get into it, why did they pick 25 words as the cutoff number?
I mean,
You'd
numerically,
think that they would
it's
charge.
the most
they could
quarter
charge
of
you-
a third possible.
They could charge you by the word.
Charge you
yes.
extra for. They can go up to 30, but you have to pay extra.
Right, but after 9 p.m., then it's fine.
Then it's free.
And weekends, yes.
Free sending stones on nights and weekend.
Oh, stop.
Oh, man, now I have to add
Memory
a-
unlocked.
Just like how divination mirrors, you needed to pay by the hour to use them.
Yeah, you know what? That might actually be something I put in one of my games. There's like a sending stone provider that will give you like free nights and weekends.
I like that. You need like a 1-800 call sending or something like that.
Dial down the center.
Or
1-800, you know.
a magic item is you get a little card and you can use that card on any sending stone.
There
that
you go.
For
Yeah.
minutes.
Contact specific people for free.
Man, that's good. I like that.
That's funny. Okay, so your sister is in danger. Are you
That's
going
what I
to
believe.
find her? Are you going on this mission
Yes, with my peeps.
with your 4 large friends?
Yes.
3 large friends?
And their
4
names
large
are.
friends? 3. I can rate.
And what are your friends' names and capabilities?
Well, first of all, I hate you because their names.
Larry
here it
and
is.
Curly.
Here it is. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Been waiting all 5 sessions for this to happen.
Favorite part of every Jordan campaign.
Ah, I hate you so much.
How did you come on?
Did you not think that we were gonna
Yeah.
ask?
Yeah.
At some point, we were going to want to interact with these folks.
Their names are over there. That's Tom Cameron. Next year they will be exiting soon. My sources tell me.
Well, all right.
Do you know how they'll be exiting? Will they be going the way of the Silver Sea again?
No. They'll be leaving Excelsior. That's my understanding.
So, Portal, perhaps?
Well, yes, the Mount Celestia was Excelsior is a gate town, and they will be leaving said gate town to come back into the Outlands, and that is where I believe they will be ambushed, because the Tacharum are native to the Outlands. They live here.
Oh.
So if ever they were going to capture Modrons, it is now. It is the time is right
Oh,
now.
so this is like a pressing. We need to do this like right this second. That's why you're
They're
frantically
very
gathering
slow,
people.
But yes, we need to follow them specifically.
Well, if we don't have to leave the Outlands, then I'm game. I mean, it is just a big flat disc. So I say, if there's money in it, we should head on over there and save your sister and stop those Modrons from coming to harm. Sounds fantastic. I'm taking some drinks with me. Then Shifter goes back to the bar.
He's like, oh, excellent. Your names again were?
I'm Shifter.
Shifter, yes.
I am Nyx.
Oh, Nyx, excellent. You there, sir?
And I am Lagwin.
Okay. All right.
We have a sneaky friend around here somewhere named Siren. But I don't know. You know, she's probably behind the bar.
She just
All right.
comes and goes. You'll meet her eventually.
Well, I need you to grab your provisions and your mounts, and we leave at dawn. And he runs out.
He's going to be exhausting to travel with.
Yes, quite.
As you say that, you hear, "You there! I have a quest!" As he's shouting to like another group of people.
Well,
Shifter comes back with 3 drinks. And then it's like, looks at the other 2 and they're like, oh, did you 2 want anything? Starts
Well,
drinking one of them.
Pretty good.
you did mention that as long as there's money in it, we'll join you. And he didn't say no, but he also didn't say yes.
You know, I'm a bit over the barrel. I can't lie. I might have just assumed there was money in it.
Well, you said the words out loud to him. As long as there's money in it, we'll join you. And he said, like, we ride at dawn. So in my mind, that was implied as a verbal contract.
Well, I would get it in writing. then Shifter might pass out.
Well,
we could always discuss what our fee is going to be with him if we can catch him as he's running down the street.
Sure, that may. Do we have a number in mind? This is really an ongoing thing until we either stop these knights, who may or may not be evil. We really don't know anything about them. Really don't know anything about him or his sister. So, really wish
Well,
the Mimir would tell us about those knights. I don't know if it can.
Are you asking the Mimir?
I'm asking, now that he has left the room, I'm asking the Mimir about the knights. If
You will
Or-
have to rifle through drunk shifters.
yeah, that I will
pockets.
do that. I will
You could do
that.
that.
I will
There
do
are
that.
two. There's an illusion of a goblin dancing around on top of Shifter, making fun of them that they passed out, which seems weird to you because how could Shifter create that illusion if they were passed out? It's almost as if they don't want to participate in whatever's going on and are actually just pretending to be passed out.
Well, anyway, so this Mimir is in one of these. Dig through the robes and look for the Mimir and say,
Found it.
I do not possess that knowledge.
well, that was
does everybody
disappointing."
around us look alarmed?
Well, that was not the answer I was hoping.
I mean, well, at this point, what else do we have to do?
Well, yes, I just was wondering. I mean, I think these knights. I mean, this is the first time ever hearing of these knights, right, Jordan?
Yeah, they're he said they were an Outlands thing, and
Yeah.
so because you guys were in Sigil, there was really no reason to know about them. Yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't mean you couldn't like look for other extra information. So
Yeah. I will say. Well, I'm going to. I have an acquaintance over at the library. I'm going to go see if he's ever heard of these knights, and maybe or if there's anything, a book or something I can find some information on it about, because I don't know. I'd like to know a little bit more before I go blindly aiding someone in their mission to protect basically a force of nature. But
I mean, what's the worst that happens? This guy is actually full of shit. He's gonna try to rob or murder all these people when we leave. I think we can take him
that's fair.
and his friends.
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
And then we steal all their things.
That's typically how it goes. So yes, all right, fair enough. I guess well, then I'll be back, and I will leave to go to the library.
Okay.
I will help drunk Shifter to a bed somewhere.
The whole time, the illusory goblin is just, like making fart noises and stuff. You realize that they're the Punder Lord from the Pungeon, the
Ah,
goblin in like a jester hat.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Yeah, you guys go to bed. Lagwin goes to the beat up library. Or no, you kind of saved the library. I don't
a
think
little
it
bit.
destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you ask your old man friend who gave you a spell scroll,
Mhm.
Of which you guys decided to get a fun spell. It's the animate something.
Tiny servant.
Tiny servant. Thank you. That's a fun one. And you're looking around. He says, let's charum.
Yes.
Charum. Maybe over here. And he like goes and he digs around for a little bit. He pulls out a book on the Zausitex, which is a faction that you have heard because it is a faction in Sigil.
Okay.
And specifically, this whole like section of the book is about the Zausitics, and that's XAL. Here, I'll type it.
Yeah, that never.
I can't even do this. So.
I'm writing it down phonetically, so I feel like that's
Yeah.
probably good enough for me.
Until you go searching for it now.
That's also true. But...
And they are a weird kind of group. Let me pull up the information I have on them. So they believe chaos is everything, and that you need to be a part of chaos and it's the only way, and like the whole world is just this big chaotic mess. There's no rhyme or reason for anything. So you know, they're not necessarily evil, but they're very chaotic, and they don't look at death and what's the words I'm looking for? They don't look at certain things as like, oh, this is right or wrong is kind of a gray area, because it's like, well, it was just a chaotic, crazy happenstance. And so these knights that they've been talking about seem to have a connection to that. Like, it was the Zaucitics that kind of broke off and then run off to go do stuff. Like the Zaucitics kind of ran off and became, sorry, thinking of like religions, where like one of the religion like breaks off and kind of starts its own little like cult. That's kind of what this is. But they're no longer in Sigil. It's strictly in the Outlands. These creatures just kind of run around, or these humanoids, I should say.
Okay. All right. So just to confirm, because I was a little uncertain, was the Zaucitics that split off, then became like a small sect of them became the Knights, or the Knights, a small sect of them became the Zaucitics?
No, the Zaucitics is a big what's the word? Organization in Sigil. And so like a handful of them left Sigil and started this this branch that's not very well known, kind of a thing.
Okay, so that's all right. Okay, so that
But you don't really know anything about like what their purpose is, their numbers, like what are they really doing?
Okay, well, I mean, it starts with a group that is all about chaos, and that right and wrong is a gray area, and then this is a subsect of them that's apparently notorious and evil. So I could see that this is probably not the best people. Because starting with as someone who is a foundation of chaos, I get it. Like you could go down that path very easily, and seemingly it's great. It's really good for combat. I get it. Fully understand. Okay, so that's
also, you know, the Modrons are the epitome of law,
right?
And you have this faction of chaos, you know.
Yeah, so I could see a definite. Obviously, they would butt heads. I don't know why they're after the Modrons, but I could see the reasoning that, like, if an ultimate chaos would want to, I guess, take down the ultimate law just because they can, which again, chaos. So okay. So I will tell my friend, who I will not ask his name. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. This gives me a decent foundation to understand what I'll be getting myself into. So.
What are you getting yourself into?
There is some guy named Bamish who's running around trying to gather people to track down the Modrons, as he believes these knights they've mastered some new dark lore and he thinks the Modrons are in danger and wants to protect them for some reason. So from these knights.
Good luck.
Well, you know, it seems like I'm going to be paid for it, so all is well that ends well.
Oh, yeah, well. Back to my library bookkeeping.
Enjoy, and I will go back to read my book some more.
Okay.
When Nyx is putting me into bed, Shifter is just going to be like, "Oh, Nyx, I always feel so safe in your huge, strong arms. But I need you to tell me something. You need to level with me."
Okay.
Do you think I have a chance with Cauldronborn? I've been trying for days, and I'm just getting nothing from him.
I think if Cauldronborn could stop being into himself for a second, that he would be very into you.
You always know just what to say. And then Shifter passes out again.
She tucks them in and then goes to bed.
Our librarian comes over, sees your passed out body, slides a book. He's just not that into you. Puts it in
No.
your hands, like walks away.
Dang.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm kidding. All right, you wake up in the morning. You get a long rest. I will say that over the three-ish, four-ish days, Mr. Lagwin,
Mhm.
you could increase your constitution if you wish.
I will. I do. I often wish that.
And the book has now lost its magical properties. If you want to hold on to it, you can.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
will have it for a century. A century later, it will get back.
yeah. That I've as far as I'm concerned, I've got like a good 500 years left. So, I mean, right? Listen. I've just read a whole book on bodily health. 500, no problem.
Black Horse with his other 3 people
Wow.
or 4 people, and they're all kind of waiting, and they look out at you and they're like, "What? Where are your mounts? Where are your steeds? How do you travel?"
I take out my fly.
That's cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Shifter's gonna turn to the rest of the group and say, "See, it's cool." And then the fly just like cleans its like weird little mouth.
No.
No.
I will say, well, I don't know, give me a minute, and then I will take 11 minutes, and I will cast Phantom Steed,
Yeah.
because I have that spell, and make a large quasi-real horse-like creature, made out of smoke, and that's what I will ride. Because I've never gotten a chance to use that.
That's really cool. I guess Nyx will like try to find a horse. Could I have like bought one in town or like rented a horse? Like, can you rent a horse?
Yeah. So they probably have some horses that you can rent. We'll say, well, not rent, but
Buy,
I mean, if you're
purchase.
yeah, you can purchase a horse. So.
I will tell you what. I will say, Nyx, this is ridiculous. Hang on. And I will take another 11 minutes. It is a non-concentration spell, and I will make another Phantom Steed. Now, it only lasts an hour, this spell, just to say. But you can travel 13 miles in an hour on one of these Phantom Steed horses. So we'll have to stop every so often and then resummon these, but that's an option that we have. So.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I used 11 minutes to cast yours, so then I'm down to 50 minutes. But either way, it's we could just run ahead and then wait, and then
Well, you got to be on your horse, and then somebody else drives it for you, and you're in the back concentrating on another casting.
That's true, right?
So the minute it goes away, you instantly redo it, and then you just keep going.
Yeah, that is true. There are ways to go about this, but no, I've never had a chance to use this spell, and I was gonna use it to escape in frickin' Mechanus, but it's an illusion spell, so it wouldn't work in Mechanus anyway. That's funny.
No.
So yeah, that's
he's very impressed with you, and he says, "We ride to Excelsior!" Fwah! And they take off riding, and you follow.
all right.
Because you can your horses fly? They're just horses, right?
They cannot fly, I don't believe. No.
Okay, so Shifter, you're up in the sky. If you want to be, did you want to get a higher vantage point? Did you want to do anything aerial?
I mean, I'll
Just
show
keep up
off,
with them. Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm not doing anything practical.
Gotcha. How long does your fly last? Because their horses last an hour.
Oh, my fly lasts 12 hours.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys are cruising along. There's a couple times that you need to resummon your horses, and they understand, and they kind of like wait. And I mean, their horses need breaks too, to
Sure.
like drink water and graze and be told that they're good boys and girls. Like horses need that. Yours don't, because they're illusions, but
What?
they're regular horses too.
Illusions
don't get
still need
emotionally attached to
positive
them.
I
reinforcement.
will tell you, Nyx, because I don't know. I don't know if this is a Nyx thing or a Rachel thing, but I will tell you that in casting of your steed, you can tell me, and I can choose the complete appearance of said horse as well. And it is equipped with the saddle, bit, and bridle, but what it looks like is up to you. So
Okay, I like. What does your horse look like, Nyx? I'm thinking red hair. I don't know why I'm
yeah,
thinking
I'm
but,
thinking like maybe like a dark like black fur, but like blazing red hair like Nyx has.
Wow.
It just matches her.
Yeah.
Looks a little fiery. Red eyes.
demonic.
Oh, who am I kidding? It's Shadowmere from Skyrim. Duh. The red-eyed horse. It's super aggro all the time.
Lagwin, what does your horse look like?
that is a good question because I was thinking and I was like immediately trying to like picture through my head any kind of horse-like creature from Star Wars, but there isn't any great one there.
You could make it look like a tauntaun. I think that's.
I
hilarious.
think I was it's either like that or like a speeder bike, like one of the two. It's just, but I think a tauntaun sounds good, so we'll do that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the most peculiar horse I've ever seen.
Yes, but it runs quite fast.
Oh, yes, it does. Very good. You are not from the Outlands or anywhere particular. You seem strangely corporeal. Where are you from?
Some would call it the galaxy far, far away, but I would just
far
I would
away.
call it just the prime material thing.
Oh, primers, I see. What? And you're here to investigate the Modrons, you were saying?
To protect we're here to protect that town from the destruction of the Modron.
Ah, yes, because the treaty that was signed a while ago.
Right.
I heard about that as the Modrons came through Excelsior. Yes.
Yes. So we're originally just more like curious than anything to figure out why they've gone on this march so much earlier than normal, but also to just see what we can do about protecting people from being just errantly destroyed.
Yes. Well, I mean, here on the Outlands, aside from the gate towns, there aren't very much civilization. So this is the ideal place for them to march without harming people, civilized folk, as you will.
Right. Of course.
This reminds me of a. And they like stop their horse really, really fast, and they look down. There are these weird patches of black, like ink, all over the grass, in various places. Like just really, like a heavy, dark liquid that's kind of covering the various patches. And the horses kind of go over and smell a little bit of it, and he gets down and he's kind of looking at it. He's like, I've been on the Outlands for a long time. I've never seen anything like this before.
Is it just you said it just looks like ink, like or like
Yeah,
some
like
viscous...
it's just staining the grass. Like it's just really black, viscous fluid. Yeah.
Well, in my experience, if you don't know what it is, don't touch it.
Lex will recognize this as Dark Water from the underrated TV show Pirates of Darkwater.
Oh my god, what a fantastic show.
Yeah, how much of it is there?
13
not...
episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah, only 13. And only the first 5 are really worth watching.
I know.
Suddenly a monkey bird comes flying over. No.
Keeps asking you for, it's hungry all the time. Keeps asking for manga melons.
Yeah.
Oh, manga melons. No, you not a ton. Like it's not coating acres of this stuff by any means. But it is like there's probably maybe a blotch that's like a foot in diameter that's kind of just sprayed around, and then a little further along there are some other like little drops of it that are a baseball size that are kind of on the ground. So
well, Shifter lands being like Chungo Longo. I didn't see. I was like, why is everyone stopped? I don't understand. Is that
Or
And then
Rachel is just like, what are they talking about?
Yeah,
I had no
boy.
idea these nerds really love.
references to an early 90s failed cartoon. But yeah, the shifter, because shifter can't see that from the air, right?
Correct.
So they're gonna land because everyone stopped. Be like, why has everyone stopped? And then they look at the goo and they're like, and then they point at Lagwin and Nix and they're like, that is not Vincent's fault. You cannot blame Vincent for that. He's a good boy. And then he pats Vincent.
I guess I'll get. I'm not gonna like touch it, but I want to like get close since I do have both proficiency with alchemist supplies and herbalism kit. Does this register as anything? Seems unnatural, regardless, right? Like,
Yeah, it's very not belonging, in the sense of unnatural. Yeah, just appearance wise, you're not
okay.
familiar with it.
I'll take out
Based on your alchemist herbalist background.
I'll take out like I have some arrows actually, so I'll take out like an arrow and like poke it. Is it, like,
Yeah.
Stick? Is it
doesn't-
like, reactive?
Doesn't move, doesn't disintegrate anything. It does
Okay.
stick to the tip of your arrowhead.
I'll look to Bamish, who's been here obviously for a long, and you've never seen anything like this before.
No, I don't understand. And he starts kind of looking around. He's like and he's like looking past it, like at the grass and stuff. And he's like, there seems to be like maybe a struggle happened here. I'm not sure. But if this is some kind of an animal attack, or if that's supposed to be blood, I don't know. It doesn't belong here. I've never seen anything like this.
And it doesn't look like oil or grease like that we might think is associated with like a Modron, maybe. Having seen them, having thrown one through a portal and seen some stuff that like has happened.
Yeah,
to them.
you've never seen a Modron like leaking.
Okay.
I don't think.
Ooh.
Or anything like that.
Okay.
It does have like a oily kind of consistency as you like it's like dripping off of your.
Say like, I
Yeah,
kind of
thank
want to try to ignite it.
Can I actually have an idea of what it might be. In campaign 1, we dealt with demons quite a bit.
Oh, it's
Does
true.
this look anything like demonic ichor?
Ooh, that's good.
Make a Arcana check.
Sure. Let me get into D&D Beyond, where I can roll my dice digitally. Total of 15.
It is similar, but not specifically demon. Like you remember demon ichor was like sizzling and evaporating very quickly, and this is not going anywhere. Yeah, with a 15, like it's similar. Like you kind of get the idea of like maybe this is abyssal sludge, but it's not reacting. You guys are in a very like positive, good side of the Great Wheel right now. Even on the plains, the where you're at now, the outer plains, which is like the neutral part of the Great Wheel. But as you're closer to the edges, you're more tied to those specific planes. So it doesn't feel like evil and abyssal, because it would be very difficult to get something like that out here as well. But it does. Yes, I will say that I'm not giving you a solid answer with a 15 because it's kind of difficult. But like, yeah, you get that it is very similar, but it's not behaving the same way.
Yeah, so ichor adjacent.
Ichor adjacent.
Maybe something bled.
I'm gonna grab one of the little Pineapple Express to-go cups that looks like a little tiki head that I definitely got when I got a bunch of drinks to go before we left. This one is obviously empty because my day
Got a
drinking,
magic
of course,
spell on the bottom where it lights up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take that empty one and I'm gonna put some of this stuff inside it.
Okay.
Close it back up.
Are you touching it with your skin?
Absolutely not. I
Okay.
mean,
very
Shifter
good. Thank
always
you, Virgil.
wears gloves anyway, but
Okay.
they probably would still try to just like scoop it into the cup and then
Okay.
put the lid on the cup because
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's Icar adjacent, I'm definitely not touching it.
Just checking. So yeah, you take a little bit, and our paladin friend will turn to you, Sir Vamish, and say, like, do you know what it is? Are you a bit of a arcane scientist?
Well, I certainly am the smartest of our group, I can tell you. But I would say that we've had quite a few run-ins with demons and other fiends in the past, and this has some unpleasant similarities that I want to look into further. Definitely not something you want to go touching or ingesting. Whatever you do, don't eat it.
Oh, those evil Tacharum are probably
She did not
onward!
mean it as a compliment. But coolly took it that way.
Anything else here? You guys want to keep going?
No, I could cast Identify on it, but it specifically states that you have to touch the things. So no, I'm good.
Okay. You guys run on your horses for another little bit, probably like another couple hours, until you actually come across a section where the march is like the beginning of the Modron march. So you see the Modrons coming down into the plains. You never make it to Excelsior because they've like exited Excelsior, kind of a thing, and they're marching through. It's just the same march that you guys have seen a whole bunch now. It's the beginning of the march. The Modrons are a little more strung out instead of being tightly compact, because I don't know, like they have more reason to spread out. It helps them get through trees and navigate certain areas, and maybe the portal kind of funneled them out as well. And with that, you guys have a new problem where Sir Vamish wants to follow these, but you need to rest at some point. How do you want to keep up with the Modrons? They're not moving very fast, but if you do make camp somewhere, the idea is you'll wake up and the Modrons will not be there, and nor will you be protecting them.
How fast are they going?
Pretty slow, like an easy walk. Like maybe if we want to do it in game terms, like 15 feet, kind of a movement speed. Like they're just marching.
Lagman, you don't know floating disc, do you?
Don't believe so. Check if I have it in my spells. Not a bad idea.
Do we know the route they're taking? Do they appear to be? Do we know where they're going? I guess is my question. Like right now.
There's not a path, there's not a road that they're walking on, but you could look at the direction they're going. Whether they're going to stay on that or take like a hard left, you're not really sure. So
I do not know.
I don't wish we had like a cart that we could just like tie to one of the Modrons, and then we could just sleep on it and have them pull us.
Not a bad idea.
But I don't.
Do
think
you
we
know
have anything
conjure
like that.
cart?
Well.
Maybe if I was a conjuration focused.
Well, if we rest and I reset my spells, I do have fabricate as a spell. We find ourselves enough raw materials, I can literally make it into a cart, but we need enough wood to do so.
There's trees.
Well,
There are. Okay.
I do have that woodcutter dex.
Hey.
Yeah. So, I mean, it says, for example, you could fabricate a wooden bridge from a clump of trees, a rope from a patch of hemp, clothes from flax or wool. So if we cut down some trees and I am able to swap out spells, I could fabricate us a cart in the morning.
It's No Man's Sky. Like you just laser down some trees and then you make yourself a cart.
So that's an option that we have, but we still have to get through the evening to the morning to be able to let me swap the spell out. So that's I'll throw that out there. I
Could
mean,
we ride out ahead of where we think they're going, camp, and then
Oh yeah, try and time
catch
it so
back
that
up?
yeah, when
Like, you know what
they're
I mean? Like, could we like really like sprint ahead of where we think they're going, then like camp, and
Yeah.
then
so when we wake up, they're like getting to
they're like
us.
there, or we could at least see where they are.
Yes, you can do that. Like, let's see how fast they're moving. I'm trying to think of like an 8-hour rest.
I mean, I only need the 4, but that's just
You only
me.
need 4. That's true. So, but
So like you could wake us up if
do you want a Rary's telepathic bond so that you can all talk to each other? When
Yeah, I can do that. It'll take a couple minutes. I'll cast that too, so we can mentally communicate with one another.
They're leaving Excelsior and they're going to, I don't know. Do you guys know where's your best guess that they would be going? Because that will help you put it down. Like,
Yeah.
Can we? Oh, do we have a map?
Do we have a manual of the planes? Did I make that up? We have that? We
Actually,
read it?
maybe we do.
We
I think
read
we
it. I
do
know
have
we
that,
read
don't
it
we?
at some point. I don't know if we kept it. I know we read it. We
well,
died.
they always do the same route, right?
yeah. As far as
that's
you
So
know.
like I
Here,
feel
I'll
like we
upload
would
a
have
map so you guys can look at it.
yeah, I feel like we would have like, you know, they go from point A to point Z and we probably know, you know, everything in between. We know where they've been, so we know where they're probably hitting next by the route. I mean, we could probably just make a best guess
Okay.
and ride that
so,
direction.
Let's see. So they're at Excelsior. Oh, I see it. Okay.
I would say they're not at
map.
Excelsior anymore. That's where they left. They're
Sure.
slowly marching along the top of the.
So are they going to
Great
if
Plains.
okay, if they're marching along the top, do we think let's see, so they went from Mechanus to Mount Celestia, right? So do we think they're going to Bitopia or Elysium next if they're continuing along the top?
You tell me.
I'm not asking Jordan. I'm asking the rest of the party.
I would
Just trying to see if I have any
Yes.
spells that help at all. Ooh, all right. Since we're going through, Ted plays the game of casting every ritual spell he has recently.
Okay.
I'll cast Find Familiar, which is another ritual spell that I have, so we can keep somebody, in theory, keeping tabs on at least where they're walking. But if they leave,
Oh, you want the familiar to follow while you sleep?
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's not gonna. Let's see. I don't think. Let's see. Does it have things for different planes of existence? That may be the trick on this one.
Or like locate object. You could like tag a note on the back of one of the Modrons and then find it later.
So you can only communicate with it telepathically if it's within 100 feet of you. But I'll keep looking if anybody's got other ideas here.
just riding hard to get there and then camping and waiting for them, essentially.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Sir
that's-
Cressad, does that meet with you and your companion's approval?
Well, I'm a little afraid if they get attacked during the night, but obviously.
I mean, you're welcome to follow along with them.
You could be the night watch, and we're your daytime relief.
That's true. He will probably have 2 of his people right alongside them from the front, And I think he's going to try and nap for like 4 hours here and maybe try to follow and catch the end of the trail. And if you guys want to jump forward, then you could do that. Because your horses are probably faster. Your summoned horses in Fly are probably faster than their regular horses. Because you could ride really hard and you're not like overtaxing your animal. And if
Sounds
that
like a plan to me.
sounds like a plan, let's take a small break and then we'll put that plan into action.
All right. Sounds like a plan then. We will be right back.
Hello.
Yeah, we're back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Great Modron March. I am Jordan with a silent PH in the middle, and we are continuing. The plan of attack is you guys are currently following this, parade of Modrons, and you are going to run ahead. Sir I can never remember the names of the
Vamish.
Mr. Croissant.
Mr. Cressad. Sir Vamish Cressad, he's going to kind of like try to follow the tail end and not get a lot of sleep. No, sorry, 2 of his people are going to do that. He's going to kind of camp out at right here and then hopefully meet up with them. Do you want to run an hour ahead and then camp? Or are you pushing through the night to get to a specific place? Sorry to be particular, but it's kind of like I need to know.
I think we were going to go to like the edge of the forest that's right by that next gate town.
That was my hope. Yeah.
Okay,
we can ride that far.
Is several days away.
Oh.
But you can
Never mind.
If you want to get like, I'm asking hours. Like, how many hours do you want to ride? And then how many hours are we going to try and sleep?
How many hours can we ride until it is nighttime and we have to be able to sleep until we are too tired to keep going?
I think you guys have been
Or it's
going
too
for like
dark.
8 or 9 hours now, so you can probably go like another 4 if you want to.
Yeah.
And then it's like
ride hard for 4 and
yeah.
camp. And then Lagwin can transfer 4 and then wake us up if we need to get up.
Yeah, that works. We can, with our steeds anyway, we could push. If we push them, which why not? They're illusionary creatures. It's like 50.
Illusionary creatures have feelings too.
It's like 52 miles we could travel in 4 hours, something like that. So.
Because they're not moving very fast, the Modrons.
Right.
So I feel like you guys are trying to get ahead of, like, I don't think you'll lose them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're trying to get ahead of them, but not lose them.
It's more, what I'm worried about is more like you guys are going to a very specific spot. It's not so much, will they arrive to us and walk past us? I don't think that's a fear, or it shouldn't be a fear. I'm laying that to rest because of how slow they're moving. It's the idea that they might veer in a completely different direction. So that's why I want to know if you're going very far, like if you're pushing yourself for 4 hours, there's probably a higher chance that you will lose them in the sense that they went north or south and they're not there. So.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with what you're saying, Jordan. It makes we don't want to go too far because
we don't have to push them. We can just go normal pace out ahead of them so we don't lose them. I don't know.
Well, so
I give up.
How far is the visibility? Let's start there. Because you said it's I mean there are trees and stuff, but like how far can we like reasonably see?
Yeah, there's a few trees and stuff, but if you guys look at the map, leaving Excelsior, you guys probably rode along the river Maat, and you're probably midway between, what is that one called? It's something gate. I can't read it.
Trade gate?
Trade gate? Is that it? Yeah, you're probably halfway between Trade Gate and Excelsior on the top half of that ridge.
Oh, that ridge. Nice.
And we don't know how they're going to get down that ridge? Or is there like a quite obvious way to get down the ridge?
You've never been here before. You're not even really sure
Okay.
how around that ridge.
Okay.
I feel like a giant group of Modrons is going to be hard to lose, especially since we have a fly that one of us can fly up on and look.
That said, Vincent, after if we went for 8 hours and then 4 hours more, Vincent's tuckered out and has to turn back into an ornament for the next 2 days.
So let's not tucker out Vincent.
Well, I think he is tuckered out regardless because you summoned him, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, it's weird. It's like he has 12 hours of use.
Oh, okay.
So you can like disperse it. It's I don't know. It's strange how that item is written. But yeah, I just know that we're probably going to use most of his. Well, I'm going to use most of his transformation ability, and then he's going to have to be an ornament for a significant period of time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer for how best to do this. So I guess yeah, we go a ways in front, enough that we still have room to see them.
Maybe stay on top of that ridge because you'll be able to look
Yeah.
down and see where they might be.
If we're on the ridge,
Yeah.
we'll have a good vantage point. So even if they get past us, we'll know.
Okay.
Where they are. I'm not worried about it.
I like it.
You do that. You ride out. Yeah. Are you casting any Liamon's tiny hut or anything like that?
Yeah, we're on a ritual tour bus this episode. So yeah, we'll go ahead and cast Leoman's tiny hut as well.
Okay.
That way we don't get trampled by Modrons if they do happen to walk
Sure.
over us for if they turn. And then yeah, I will just once the hut is up, start trancing to keep myself try to as up to this as I can to keep an eye on what's going on.
Yeah. So you can we'll say Lagwin can have a long rest.
Okay.
You have put your fly away, I assume,
Yeah.
Shifter. And you guys and the other two, you're sleeping, but you still need 8 hours, so you don't have your rest yet. Lagwin, as you wake up from your trance, you're gonna go out. The march is pretty easy to see. In fact, it's going down the ridge, and you can see over there where it's beginning. But behind you, there's still a line of Modrons coming. But looking down over the ridge, you see that there are 10 creatures on horseback, humanoid people. They're dressed all in black. And they're, well, and it's, I guess it's always like there's always like a dusk kind of thing. Light is weird on the Outlands.
Okay.
But you see them on black horses running up, and they are snatching Modrons. And it's one of those straight up things like Planet of the Apes style, where they're just like lassoing Modrons and like pulling them behind. And you're pretty far away, but like you can see this. If you like teleported down, you could probably do that. But yes, what do you want to do? Wake up your friends or observe?
How many? You said there's 10 creatures on horseback, and our friend here. Where's he and his companions that are still
Don't
left?
see him.
Great.
So they might be farther back with the march. You're not really sure.
All right. I really do not know the capabilities of these knights, so I don't. Well, if I leave this bubble, regardless, the bubble's gone. So, yeah, I guess I will gently awaken my companions and be like, "Hey,
What?
whoa, all right, listen, there's there are
Sorry.
there are 10 or so black riders on horses, basically lassoing and capturing Modron. Right there, you can see them down the bottom.
Oh
They
my
didn't even have the decency to wait until morning.
What is morning in the Outlands, really? So I was going to at least see what's going on there, and but if I leave this dome, then it's gone. First of all, so I wanted you to be aware, so you're not like, oh, we're safe as long as we sleep inside this wonderfully crafted bubble. But also, I feel like we should probably. We were technically, seemingly, although terms are in flux here, hired to protect these, and our companions are nowhere to be seen.
Well, then they can't prove that we were derelict in our duties. You go check it out, Lackman. Your bubble will be gone. Okay. Shifter grabs an additional blanket and then just rolls back over.
Well,
Yeah, because how many hours of sleep have we got?
4.
4.
Yeah, no, we need more than that. I don't want to take no levels of exhaustion. I can get my spells back, baby.
all right.
Shifter needs their beauty sleep.
Well then. So you said I could probably teleport and be relatively in range?
You have what is it
Dimension
you have?
door, 500 feet.
Dimension door. Yeah, so you could dimension door to the bottom there, and then like a run at them, but
Just don't get into any fights. Just use your
Um,
eyes.
I want to say they're probably, well, you can go 500 feet, right?
Yes.
So I'm thinking at like a diagonal.
Pythagorean theorem this for me.
Yeah, and then you're probably another like 400 feet from where they're actually like snatching.
And are we about 300 feet up, so we can 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, math. A squared.
All right. I mean, they look like the way you're describing this to me as Planet of the Apes, though. This is clearly not. These are not good people, but
This is probably who we're here to,
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
thwart.
All right.
Well, and you have to ask yourself, do you want to thwart this now? The march is still happening, or do you want to follow them, like see where they're going? Do you want to have an escalation now? Do you want to have an escalation later? Do you want to report this back to, like, I'm trying to give you options. I'm not trying to push
No.
it seems like you like, I want to get down there, so.
No, I understand all of these things. So I guess what I will dimension door 500 feet towards these outriders here, and I will make my way. So it's like it's all grass out here, right? Is that?
For the most part, there's occasional trees and stuff, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I will just begin to approach them, and then just see what. I guess I'll see what happens.
Are you gonna run up with just with them in particular? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I don't like. There are many parts of my body that are like, well, might as
Are you
well.
stealthing? Are you
Are there
trying to talk to them?
Are there tree? Well, I mean,
there's a huge thing of Modrons that you could become part of,
Okay.
like hide with the flow of Modrons.
Well,
so.
I feel like I see what they're doing, so I'm gonna go try and talk to one of these people.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will just make my way over there.
Yeah, you make your way over. Let's roll initiative.
Okay, that's not the worst. 19.
Okay, 1 second. So there are 10 of these creatures running around on horseback. As you get closer, you see that there are a wagon, and they're like tying up Modrons and like putting them in the wagon and what have you. You get a little closer. What did you roll? Sorry?
19.
19. And I'm gonna put the rest of you at initiative 1 until something happens. And so as you approach, one of them comes running over to you, and is just like tries to stop you. You see that it's a human, but they've got like a nice black armor on, but there's a humanoid face on the other side of this. And then from behind him, two large hounds, like big looking direwolf things, kind of come up. And he's looking at you very peculiar, and says, "You're not a Modron."
Oh there. No, your powers of observation are quite astute. No, I'm not a Modron, but I happened to be in the area and I saw. I'll just gesture to what's happening with them, and I was just like, and I can't help it but find myself curious.
You saw nothing.
Fair enough. Well, I'm just wondering, what, would you happen to be a member of the Knights of the Charm?
And he kind of like looks over and he's just like, "Yeah, a noble section. We're strong knights. We have. How did you hear about that?"
Well, I mean, I've traveled around. I've been to multiple planes. You see and you hear things, and as someone who is found himself to be an agent of chaos on multiple occasions, I can respect what it is you're doing. So I just thought it would be worth me to come and introduce myself, and maybe see or not see, as the case may be, your operation and what's going on here.
He will say, "What sort of operation are you thinking is going on? Because I don't want you telling the wrong people."
Well, I'll say all I see is that several knights are wrangling seems to be the right word, Modrons, for some purpose.
Say, what do you look like right now? Like, he's kind of sizing you up for like magic items and stuff. Like, do you have like, not bling, but like, are you looking pretty poor, or are you flashing some like wizards stuff? I don't know.
No, I mean I'm pretty, got the Jedi robes up, but not like hiding my face in such a way, And just no, I mean I don't have a lot of outward looking stuff. I'm mostly just here in a robe here. I am a Jedi of simple means.
All right.
But yes, so
well, he doesn't like this conversation. He's a little taken back. The rest of them are kind of wrapping up some more Modrons. It looks like their wagon is almost full, and they might be leaving soon. He is gonna make 3 melee attacks against you.
All right, that's fair. What you said he had just like dire wolves behind him?
He's got 2 large hounds behind him.
Okay.
They are called Yeth hounds. For the people watching, I can show you a picture of them. And I need to make sure I'm sending it to everyone, and I didn't. So I rolled a 25.
That will hit. Yes.
Do you want to do... You can't shield or anything?
Not to 25 at the current state, so there's no point in shielding that.
God.
Well, I didn't set up everything ahead of time because I was going
true.
in here with.
You're not hasted.
I'm going in with diplomacy here, which was my first mistake.
So that is the hound.
Oh, that's gross.
Dog with a gross man face.
Dog with a gross man face. A Yeth hound.
You should have. You should have been like, I'm not the person. You don't want to fight me. I'm not the person you're looking for.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance to react at all, so we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. That is 7 damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to attack. He makes 3 attacks, so this is his second attack for a 12.
Oh, that'll miss.
And his third attack for a 27.
That will also hit.
And I just need that a little bit bigger. For 6 damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to probably be all up in your grill on this horse. Second, we have our Yith Hounds go. And they are also going to make how much do they do? Oh, okay. So the first one is going to make a baleful baying sound at you. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 13.
Okay, this is, I assume, not against being charmed, yeah?
It is against being frightened.
Yeah, that doesn't do it, but that's a 13.
Okay.
Yeah, not charm, yeah. Or magical sleep, so.
Yeah, excellent. Make that same, again, because the second one's going to do the exact same thing.
Okay, that one's a 15.
Okay, you are good. And you are immune to that for the next 24 hours. Lagwin, it is your turn. These Yeth Hounds are now circling around you.
Jesus Christ. And I say, well, friend, I really wish this had gone a different way, but here we are. So, I will draw forth my Sunblade, ignite it, and then I say, well, so uncivilized, and I will just cast Chain Lightning on him and the 2 Yeth Hounds. So I'd like them all to make death saving throw or dexterity saving throws, please.
Fantastic. This is for the main guy. He did a 13, and then the first Yeth Hound did a 13, and the second one did a 16.
All right, so 15 is the DC. So
Okay.
I think that's 2 fails. They'll
2
both
fails, yep.
They'll both take 38 points of lightning damage. The other one will take half.
And half of 38 is
A number that I can't do in my head right now for some reason.
20. No.
No.
18?
18 is 36. 19, yeah.
Close.
Math.
Anything else that does with chain lightning?
No, it's the initial guy takes it and it can arc towards 3 targets. But these other ones haven't engaged me yet. And I don't think they're within 30 feet of the first guy. So
yeah. So some of the other knights see this like lightning go off and hear that their hounds are yelling. And so one more is going to be running over to you, and he's going to use his full action to run over. The other 6 are going to wrap up the goblins and get out, or not the goblins, the Modrons, sorry. And get out of there. And so we're going to go to the top of the round. And our they're labeled as hobgoblins, but they're actually people, but yeah. Okay. So I just use the hobgoblin stat block. So I keep thinking hobgoblin. But the knight is going to attack you again. It's going to make 3 attacks. Okay. With its sword. First attack. 24.
That hits.
And it is not messing around anymore. He's going to do 8 damage. And then once per turn, he can deal an extra 4d6 damage. If you are in 5 feet of an ally with the Yeth Hound surrounding you, that's an extra 13 damage. Okay. Second attack, 19.
I will shield that.
Okay. Third attack is 17.
That will miss.
Our hound is going to attack you with an 8, and the other hound is going to attack you with a 16, so that will miss.
All right.
It is now your turn.
Let's see. Well, here we go again. And I will bonus action activate Blade Song, because that's a good move to do at this point. And then, so how far away are the other people that are looking to run?
The people that are trying to get out with the Modrons,
Mhm.
they're probably like 60 feet away, I think, because the other guy came running over towards you. They're
Okay.
also moving pretty slow because they have the cart and stuff. So
Okay. And the ground, because it worked so well in the other town, is this just like, would you consider this ground to be just dirt, or would you consider it to possibly be rock by chance? I said there's
no,
grass, so
it's
there's
dirt
nothing.
and grass. Yeah.
Damn it. All right. Well, that would have been a good idea, but okay. So I have this gentleman here in my face. Fortunate. So with that, big damage. Yeah. Okay. So I will use Steel Wind Strike as my next move here.
Okay.
So I will flourish my blade. I will attack the gentleman right next to me here with a 22 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, he will.
Oh, wait. He will use his reaction to parry.
Okay.
Is this a melee attack?
It is a spell attack, but it is a spell. It's a melee spell attack.
Okay. Then he'll use his parry to get 3 AC to have an AC of 23.
Okay, so he will dodge. Then I will teleport next to and swipe at one of the Yeth Hounds.
Okay.
With a 24 to hit.
Yes.
It will take damage. 40 points of force damage.
Dead.
I will teleport next to the other Yeth Hound with a 23 to hit.
That hits.
For 31 points of force damage.
Excellent. It has 1 hit point.
And then I will teleport next to the other guy who just showed up with a 26 to hit.
That hits.
And deal 36 points of force damage to him. And then where can I teleport after this? Within. Yeah, and then I will teleport back to within 5 feet of one of the Yeth Hounds. So,
The one that's still up. Okay.
yeah, yep. And that will be my turn.
Friends who are asleep. I hate to. This feels like you wouldn't actually wake up because you're far away, but I also feel bad that I'm not including you. Do you want to be aroused by this, or I shouldn't say aroused?
You can be aroused by it. I'm pretty awesome. I'm doing pretty good over here.
Or are you guys comfortable just sleeping?
Shifter's gonna like open their eyes and just look and see like the dancing lightsaber man down in below on the ridge, and just be
I
like,
think it's a dream.
and just be like, I told him not to fight, and then he just turns over and goes back to sleep.
Respectable.
Because partially because Shifter doesn't care and is callous, but partially because Shifter knows that Lagwin's a murder machine, so they're like, yeah, I mean, he can take care
He'll
of
come
himself.
get us. He'll come get us if he needs us, right? Like,
Yeah, he can, and he has Dimension Door. He can get out of there if he needs
yeah,
to.
he'll be fine. Yeah, Nyx probably doesn't wake up because, I mean, the only sound is like, so far, it's just like clanging weapons. Let's be honest, that's what she's probably dreaming about. It's like fighting something. So
I hope maybe
Okay.
if our other companion's far enough back, maybe the lightning was enough of a hint. Like, hey, look, lightning in the middle of the day on the ground. Maybe he'll see that. Maybe not. Who knows? In my mind, it's nighttime, but there is no night. So,
Maybe
Speaking
it's
of
dusk.
speaking of lightning, our new arrival is going to cast a lightning bolt at you, Lagwin. I need you to make a
am I
saving throw.
Yeah, I'll make the
Dexterity,
saving.
right?
Yes, dexterity
Lightning
saving
bolt?
throw. Yep. Okay, that is a 20. Wait, it's higher because no, it's not higher. 21.
21 does save, but you take half damage. And it's 8d6. So 28 damage, you take half of that, which is
14.
there you go.
Cool.
Then we go back to the top of the round for our friend, and he's pretty pissed off here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to make 3 attacks against you.
Yep.
The first one is a 12.
That'll miss.
The second one is a 18.
That'll miss.
And the third one is a natural 1.
That one will also miss.
And then our sad Yithhound is going to make 1 attack on you, which is a natural 20. Bwah, 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 bwah.
Anything about that?
This is normally 2d6 plus 4, but now it's going to be 4d6 plus 4. So 12 plus 4, 16?
15 points. All right. Yeah, just take it. Okay.
Your turn, sir.
All right. And I say, well, this is. I told you this was going to be an unfortunate turn of events, but as such, I will use Second Wind as a bonus action. You know myself, oh, the big 10, 11 points back. The highest amount I can get. So there we go. With that 1 level of fighter. And then I'm going to say, well, this worked well last time, and I will Steel Wind Strike again.
Oh, man.
For a 21 on our first friend, which I think he can probably parry that.
He can parry it. Yeah, using his reaction.
We will do that, and then I will get a 25 on our Yethhound with 1 hit point.
Yep, dead.
So, and then I will teleport over to the other gentleman with a 23 on him.
Yep.
He will take 34 points of force damage.
Yeah, he is also dead.
And then I will teleport back in front of the guy who's still alive and be like, you really should have just had the conversation with me.
Okay.
And
The other guys are running out of here as fast as possible. They have hooked up a horse to the wagon, and they're moving off. Yeah, top of the round. He's pretty upset with you.
Well,
So he's gonna take his shield and bash at you.
Sure.
That is a 23.
I will be able to shield that now with Blade Song up, so he will miss.
Okay, shield, and then he will do it one more time. And then he will do it. He'll do a regular longsword attack for a 27.
I have a 26, so he'll hit.
All right. And that's going to be 10. And then once per turn, he gets to add some extra damage. So 19 damage.
He doesn't have any allies, though.
Oh, you're right.
They're
So
all
just
dead.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get
Yeah.
out of here. You have no
No,
allies.
good. Yeah, good. I forgot.
All right. And then my turn?
That's my problem with monsters is they're always different. Like, you know your character so well. And then it's like, you have all these random monsters. You're like, what do they do again? Your turn, Mr. Lagwin.
All right. So I guess we're just gonna go for an. Yeah, I guess we'll go for an attack. So we'll start off with a booming blade here, which is a 24.
24 will hit.
Yes. So he's gonna take in case it matters, it'll be 14 points of radiant damage, and
Okay.
it'll and an additional 7 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And then my second attack will be a 22.
And he will parry that.
Yeah. And then do I have it do as a bonus? Yeah, you know what? I will Misty Step 30 feet kind of towards where the people are that are leaving.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 30 feet, you said?
Yes. 15 feet. 15 feet. We'll go 15.
Oh, 15 feet. Okay. Well, he'll move towards you, so he activates Booming Blade, I assume.
Yeah, that was the plan. So he's going to take 16 points of thunder damage. And then that boom will go off. And that's that. Actually, it doesn't actually make any specific. I keep thinking of a different spell. So, yeah, 3d8 at 16 points of thunder damage. Goes towards me.
Cool. And he's going to shield bash you for 24.
That I will shield and it will miss.
He'll try it again. Nope. So 3 hits, misses every single one of them. Your turn.
Right. Let's see. What do we want to do? And so how far away are his allies? Yeah, they're far away.
They're going inward. They're running towards the spire, by the way.
Okay. How do I want to do it? We're in a tricky spot here. Okay. I guess what I'll do is I'll try to go around so that he's between me and them. And I will look to do a lightning bolt in as best a way to hit him and his allies with the... You know what? Actually, if I can hit him and the horse attached to the cart, that's my plan.
It's 120 feet for that?
Yeah. You said they were 60 feet away. Unless they were moving on the last turn.
They were moving. They're actively trying to get away.
Okay.
I think you could hit a couple of the guys, but not the cart.
Okay. You know what? I'll do it. And I'll just
okay. So two of the guys, and then
and my friend,
the warlord guy here.
Yeah, just send out. So I need dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay. 1 dexterity saving throw is a fail. 2 dexterity saving throws. And another one. Yeah, so 3 fails.
28 points of lightning damage.
All right, so you have killed all 3 of them.
And then I'll move. I got 40 feet of movement with Blade Song up, so I will start moving, I guess, towards these guys.
Okay. So
I want to try to I want to stop the cart. That's my eventual goal.
No, and I think we can get out of combat for this. Okay. So these guys are pretty weak. They're CR 1/2.
Okay.
Because they're just kind of the cronies that are picking up the bodies and stuff. So you easily run in and just youngling them.
Yep.
It's awful. And the Modrons are tied up. You do see a lot of that splattered black stuff, and it looks like it is Modron blood. Oh, no. The Modrons are hurt, and when they're hurt, they're spewing some of this stuff out. They want to get untied and get back to the march as fast as possible. So that's what they're trying to do. What do you want?
I will. One, I didn't have to kill the horse. Now we have a horse and a cart, which is the most important part of this whole scenario here. And then I will say, fear not, Modrons, you shall be freed. And I will gingerly cut them free with my sunblade and be like, if anyone asks, you tell them that Lagwin was the one who freed you. And that going forward, Lagwin is a friend of the march, so... Also, where are you going?
Lagwin, friend. And they jump off and run off.
No, wait, where are you going? Wait! Damn it.
Going to the march.
course they are.
Yeah, they're running back to the march. You had like a bunch of cubes and stuff. They could only really give you like
Yeah,
single.
it's fine.
They're not very that smart.
And then I guess I will take my
Yeah.
new
So
horse
these
back.
guys are no like fancy weapons or anything on them that you
Any
can
like paper? I mean, I guess maybe the big guy paperwork. Anything?
no paperwork. They did have black steeds. And so there's a couple extra horses that are kind of like going around. And then you just know generally the direction they were going was Spireward.
Okay.
With the Modrons. And they had probably like 6 Modrons tied up,
Okay.
trying to take them somewhere. You're not really sure.
All right. Yeah. So I guess I will go around and round up these horses and take the one that's attached to the cart.
Okay.
It's all right. Come with me. I will lead them back up the hill to where my friends have been sleeping this whole time.
Yeah. And you do that. And by the time you get back up, I believe your friends have woken up. And our good friend, Sir Vamish, is also catching up with you at this point, kind of like following the Modrons. And he looks at you and you're just like, like a little battle ward and stuff. He's
Yeah.
like, what happened?
Well, I was doing my job of defending the Modrons. I slayed 10 of these knights of T'Charum. I stole several of their horses for my allies along with this cart. And I freed 6 Modrons back to the march.
Fantastic. Where were they taking them? I believe that's probably where my sister was.
That spire. They seem to be heading that direction with quite haste, but they're not. I don't know if you know any of these by name, but their bodies litter the ground over there.
No. I doubt that I will, but we should go investigate for sure.
Sure.
And you two wake up and you got some horses and a cart. Very exciting.
Hello there.
Well, Lagwin, I'm glad you got to do what you do best. Extreme violence.
I missed the fight.
A fight is a bit of a stretch. It's more like I
A
look over at
slaughter.
my new. I was gonna say like more of a massacre. But,
Damn, I missed another massacre.
It happens. Oh, there are some strange hounds that are also dead. But they had weird like man faces. They're terrifying.
Yeah,
Ugh.
disgusting.
Quite, but I don't know if they're useful in any way. But their bodies also can be found amongst the knights. So anyway, that's done. Oh, and the black stuff is Modron blood.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I guess you can dump out your cup of it now.
Oh no, I'm keeping it. It might come in useful.
So yes, now we have horses and a cart. So all is right with the world.
And it is morning. So although Lagwin looks beat up, the two of you feel right as rain. And sword with a long-
Lagwin, how hurt are you?
I feel about half as capable as one could normally be.
Next
Although-
will healing word, Lagwin.
Oh, thank you. I mean, well, I could now that we have a cart, I could just take a short rest in the back of the cart. All right. Wow, thank
Or
you.
you can have 11 hit points
That was
back.
nice for a healing word. I will take it.
Hells yeah.
But yes, I feel like I can just give me an hour, and I feel like it won't do anything for the spells that were expended, but actually, no, it will. I can arcane recovery
Yeah, you can get
spells
stuff
back,
from
so
that, right?
we'll be in a good spot.
Sir Vamish just said they'll most certainly be back.
Yes, I wouldn't doubt it. Although at least
I'm worried though, because the closer we get to, if we follow them closer, the less your magic will work.
Is that true?
That's how the outer planes works.
Hmm.
Closer to the outside ring, you're fine.
Wow,
But
that's
if you
right.
get closer to the
You-
spire, magic ceases to function.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need magic.
Well, yes, they did.
That the lady who cast healing word.
Yeah, I mean, they did employ.
I need magic for you guys, not for myself.
They did employ. There was, several were not much of anything, but there was one who was a capable fighter and another one who could wield magic. So they did have a mixture of might and magic amongst them, so consider that as well. But it doesn't seem to bother anybody else, so all right, then let's just get heading towards that spire.
Do you want to go follow them then?
Or follow the march, one of the two. Those are our
So,
options.
Sir Vamish wants to know the direction they were going because he wants to go find his sister. But he also believes that they'll probably come back to raid more Modrons at some point. So your options are kind of like you could keep protecting them and follow the march, or you could head off in that direction. You guys have horses now?
I've done my part. You guys make the decision.
I'm through playing. It's up to you two now.
Yeah. We haven't experimented with how difficult it gets to cast spells when we're closer to the spire.
No.
You know, I would say yes if I still had my fly, but I don't. Because, like, you know, if we needed to make a quick getaway and we can't use spells,
Correct.
we would have that, but we don't have that. So,
And to be honest, your fly is a magical item. You're not really sure how that will function.
Well, listen, Jordan, Shifter doesn't think it would have any problem.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think that we rely pretty heavily on casting, even for Lagwin to be able to fight efficiently. It's really just Nyx who can like throw down if we need to without spells. So I think for now we should just defend the march. That's probably the safer bet. I want to find out what's going on with these guys, but I don't know how we do that effectively without magic.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with the fact that we do rely heavily on magic.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna strip some of the corpses of their outfits and throw those in the back of the cart.
What were their outfits like?
Cool.
Black armor, like
cool,
like pseudo knight stuff. So
Does it all
the main guy
match,
probably
or
had
are they all
plate.
wearing black?
The main guy probably had plate armor, and then the mage like some black robes and stuff, and then probably hide armor for the other ones, like stained black. So
I mean, we could dress up and then go over there and be like, and we could take the cart and we could be like, oh my gosh, some extremely powerful, mysterious Jedi Knight just beat us up.
Well, I mean, I'm not one who's great at deception. And it's also what's really great is when deception goes poorly, casting spells to survive.
It's true.
So I will once again, I'll stake my claim with defending the march, which is technically what we were originally tasked with doing.
That's true.
I would love to assist our acquaintance in finding his sister and stopping these people, but in theory they'll attack the march again anyway, so we can sort of continue to do both.
How magic oriented is the Sir
Vamish?
Yeah, and his companions.
His companions don't seem super magical, but he is a paladin, and so he's got
magic,
some magic.
So without magic, he just can't deal damage, but otherwise,
yeah. I mean,
he wants to, but he does want to track them down, and
well,
he would be requesting your help if you wanted.
Yeah,
because the Modrons are not important. The Modrons were a way for him to, like, he knew that they would come after the Modrons. So now that he knows the general direction to go, he wants to continue on.
Yeah, Nyx, what do you think?
I mean, I kind of want to see where they were going and what their plan is with the Modrons, but I also have a lot less to lose as we get closer to the spire.
I mean, if Krasad and his companions are going to be with us, at least I know that we'll have backup. So I guess I'm a little less worried about it.
Yeah, you've got like 5 muscle people with you, so.
A lot of biceps.
And you'll have a siren next week, maybe too.
Oh, siren. Yeah, let's do it. You know what? I'm confident in my magical abilities. I can perform under pressure.
Well, and they're all about chaos, this group. So maybe they figured out the way to make magic work wherever it is that they're hiding out. I don't know. They might not even be that close to the spire. You don't know.
True.
I hate everything about this, but all right.
Don't worry, Lagwin. I'll protect you.
You've still got that fancy sword that may or may not function when we get closer to the
That's my
spire.
point.
You'll be fine.
100% my point. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Well,
don't mention it. And then Shifter just like snaps the reins of the horse and heads off in that direction.
And that's a perfect place to stop. So yeah, you guys are running off with these people. Sounds very, very good. That was fun. That was interesting. That was an interesting fight. I don't know what's gonna happen with this.
Yeah,
I was like, don't do this, don't do it. And then I was like, never mind, I'll just go back to sleep.
And I didn't pull punches. Like I did everything. And those Yeth Hounds do a lot of extra damage if you are frightened.
Ooh, okay.
So I was wondering, I'm like, well, if he fails that and he's frightened of them, like I think it's over. But the fact that you saved on both of those, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
like, I was like, don't do it, but I wasn't talking to Ted
like,
in my mind.
No,
I was talking
you're
to
like
Jordan.
Willy
I was
Wonka.
like, Jordan, don't attack him. It's not gonna go well for
It's
you.
not gonna go well. You just killed 10 people.
You know you can't hit him. There's no way. I'm shocked at how many times you did hit him.
Well, I didn't.
Well, he didn't have haste up, so
I didn't set up anything ahead of time, and that was like in my head. First thing I thought is like, I'm gonna run in there, guns blazing, ready to go, and I'll prep everything as I'm going down, and then I'll be in there and I'll just take them all out. But then I was like, well, maybe we could talk about it, and then like I can.
Maybe you talk about it.
And it didn't. That was not the option there.
Yeah, except neither of your talk about it people with persuasion were down there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely terrible at lying about. I just think everybody's either lying or telling the truth. I really don't have a gauge for that either way. So.
Super fun, hilarious.
I did also spend.
And then if I could have shield bashed and you failed the strength save to fall down, then I would have at least had advantage. That was my goal, but I couldn't land those either. But you guys got some horses. This is a lot of fun. So let's go with Lex. Who are you? Where can people find you? And how did you feel about not playing in tonight's session?
What? I played plenty in tonight's session.
Shifter got drunk.
I got drunk. I
got carried to bed.
I got I got to have a good heart-to-heart. I got to sleep. I got to be very, very catty, which is just what I do with that character. I got to make Pirates of Darkwater references.
Oh, that's very
Noy
nice.
Chatat, Jordan. I think it was a great session. But no. I could do my outro now. That's what I actually should be doing right now. I'm Lex. I play Shifter. Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. And all those people in chat. We had some good back and forth. But you can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons. I occasionally write stuff. Sometimes I make music. Sometimes I do YouTube series. I have a YouTube series with Jordan you can check out called Game Read-Throughs with Lex. Or Game Reviews with Lex, I think is what the playlist is called.
Game Read-Throughs with friend Lex Mandrake.
Game
Reviews with Lex.
Game Reviews with Lex, if you search that on YouTube, you will find the playlist that has all those videos. And they're fun. We talk about different indie RPGs. When I'm writing indie RPGs or indie RPG supplements or supplements for 5e. I have a couple of those out. Some campaign setting stuff. Some other things.
I've reviewed most of those.
And Ted, thanks. I appreciate you. But yeah, so check some of my stuff out if you're inclined to, and if you go over and find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons, there is a link tree which will link you to all of my different projects that you can find.
Fantastic. And Rachel,
Hi.
how did you feel not playing? So
I mean, look, I had a great time. That was fun to watch. Nick's probably had some weird dreams about Lagwin murdering people and is not mad about it. Hi, I'm Rachel. Rachel is with on what's that one? Twitch. Where I haven't been streaming recently because I've been playing D&D on the internet with my friends. I'm on LB Hack'em Up channel on Twitch, twitch.tv/LB Hack'em Up on Sundays, and I'm on twitch.tv/game nights on Mondays. And I'm here on Thursdays. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel is Mess with a Z in the middle instead of an S. Thanks for having me. Tonight was fun.
yeah. My name is Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. You probably know me as Internet's Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. You can find me on YouTube and all that stuff. I'll be on Twitter for as long as it lasts, I guess. See if it becomes a giant flaming something or other. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to listen to this as a podcast and our last campaign as a podcast, you can go to my Patreon and check that out. Other than that, thank you, Ted, for hosting us on your wondrous channel. Tell us all about what you're doing in the world of Ted stuff.
Yeah, well, hi, my name's Ted. This is my channel, Nerd Immersion. We're doing all sorts of stuff over here. Playing in some games here on Tuesday night and Thursday night. Tuesday night, I'm also play testing all the new 1D&D rules as a rogue, which is fun. And we did it. I haven't uploaded it yet, but recorded we're doing a vlog series after each episode with the DM and all the characters to talk about the playtest. And because we actually have a mixture of, I'm doing all playtests, we have one person who's doing all base 5e and one who's doing a hybrid of both, so we can kind of see how things stack up. And it's been an interesting thing to see, like the changes in some spells. For example, we're using the new inspiration rules, where rolling a natural 1 gives you inspiration. And it's actually been really well received all around, player and DM, because normally you roll a natural 1, it just sucks for you, but now it could potentially help you or somebody else out in the group. So it's been an interesting thing. Lots of reviews of different things. I have a whole stack of WizKids stuff to go through. I just mentioned about the Dicelings, the really cool, seemingly straight out of the 90s dice that turn into D&D creatures. I don't even know what that was about. But more importantly,
my more than meets the dice, or what?
More than meets the die.
More than meets the die. Dice formers.
But they definitely feel. I mean, obviously Hasbro has that license, right? So
it feels like a McDonald's tie-in.
A lot of people are saying that they feel like it, like the '90s, like the food Transformers from McDonald's. But weirdly, that they're tied to the D&D movie of all things, like they're branded Honor Among Thieves, which also means that you'll see a lot more of me covering different things as new trailers are released and we get closer to the D&D movie. More stuff coming with that. Also, manifesting going to the premiere. That's me doing that right now. We'll see what happens. But
ooh, that would be fun.
That would be pretty cool. Can't promise any of it, but we'll give it a shot. So. Anyway, this was a blast. I'm glad I got to play D&D tonight. That was fun for me. And the chat was having a lot of interesting things to say about, well, some people say Blade Singers are OP. I don't get it. I want to point out to everybody that just for reference, I used 1 6th level, 2 5th level, 1 2nd level, 1 3rd level, and 3 1st level spells in that fight. So just keep that in mind when you're talking about OP. I'm mostly spent.
Going into this next round, you don't have a lot of magic. Yeah.
But I also apparently can't use it.
After a long rest, right?
Correct, right. And I can't get a long rest for 24 hours to get those back.
I also like that you kept the Yeth Hound up this entire time on the screen, so everyone has to look at its creepy face.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Whoops. But anyway, so yes, that's the only benefit of going into an area where my magic won't work. I don't have any magic to use. So
and the minute I start counterspelling, it's all over.
Yeah, exactly. I do still have 2 counterspells left, so we'll see. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week.